My heart is very quick to turn to idols and things other than God. And more often than not, that is people. So people are my idols.
I'd say all the right things in Sunday school, go to church on a Sunday, but then it didn't make any difference to my life at all. Like, it was just a Sunday thing.
My biggest fear has been that God would abandon me.
Over maybe like the last 10 years or so, I found relationships with other people really difficult. I tend not to trust that they would want to invest time in me. My self-worth is quite, it's like not really there because of things that have happened.
I just felt I woke up every morning and God was disappointed with me for when I'd failed to read my Bible or I hadn't prayed in a while.
I get obsessed with people, which isn't nice, quite quickly sometimes. It's very intense for me and for them, and yeah, it's not nice. And they become God for me. They become this Messiah figure, who I plan my future around, who I think will fulfill me and make me whole.
I'd never really understood the concept of grace. It was kind of like, yes, Christ has done this for me, I'm forgiven. Okay, now I need to work hard, like he's done that for me, I need to do lots of things, like to keep that forgiveness.
Yeah, I just really doubt that people would want to embark in a friendship or a relationship with me. And therefore my insecurities then really ruin them, as I tend to push people away.
The more I get obsessed with someone, the less they fulfill, and the more insecure I get about that relationship, but the more I want it to fulfill, and it's really horrible.
So I still remember summer camps that I went on, and it would just be a case of, you hear the teaching, you've got forgiveness, oh that's great, I've got forgiveness. You then go home from the summer camp, you start inevitably mucking up again, and then it would just be a case of, oh no, I've ruined it again, like then just slow down here until the next summer camp where you get picked up. And I remember on the first day thinking, I've got to make a choice now.
Knowing that I'm loved by God unconditionally and that he sees me as beautiful and wonderful, it's really helped my other relationships with other people, because I can go into them feeling assured of that fact.
God's grasp on you is constant, regardless of the way your assurance waxes and wanes. His grasp on you is complete.
But we're forgiven. Like, that forgiveness comes for the 100th time, you mucked up, the 1000th time. That is not conditional. You're unconditionally loved, and you have unconditional grace. Yeah.
But actually, the gospel tells me that in Jesus I have the person who I can be obsessed with, the person who I can put all my trust and all my aspirations in, the person who is my Messiah. I can plan my future around him. I can put him before all else. And actually he feels the same way and far more about me. Other human beings will never feel as much for me as Jesus does, and Jesus did when he came and died for me and rose again so that I can be in a relationship with him. No other human being can do that for me.
Now I am free to love and be loved without the fear of abandonment and without the pressure of knowing that my feelings and my deeds have no impact on God's love of me. And that it's wonderfully liberating.
I'm a delight to God, not because I've done anything, but just because that's the amazing news of the gospel, that I am loved by God, regardless of whether I've read my Bible well or whether I've prayed that day. He loves me anyway.
And the more I've come to understand that, the more I've rejoiced in the fact that other people can't fulfill me, and the more I've recognised that Jesus can.